Hello, Year 5. So, we have started a new unit, which is clockwork. You'd have probably already started some of these activities in guided reading. If you haven't, then not to worry. That's what we're going to go through today. So, let's start with our clue. This is our clue. Why am I here? I hear you ask. How do I make you feel? Will I be good or bad, do you think? Am I a story or real? Watch the figures. Look in their eyes. Is the tale they tell one of calm or surprise? And then next to it, we've also got a picture of a knight as well. So what do you think that clue means? Who do you think the character is? And what does the rhyming note mean? What do you think? Just have a few moments to think about that. Once you've done that, there's a link at the bottom if you'd like to go on that. And I just want you to play that for 2 to 3 minutes. And then I want you to try and describe your emotion. So how are you feeling watching that? What sort of emotions come to mind? Just pause the video and have a think about that. Okay, so today we are going to establish an understanding of the features of a mystery/fantasy story opening. So you're going to be working like Reflector to identify the areas that you may already be confident in and areas that you may need some improvement. So the key question, how can we write a mysterious and exciting story opening? The things we need to consider are, what makes a good quality, mysterious and exciting story opening? What features will make the reader interested the most? And who could this appeal to and why? Just have a few moments to have a think about who could this appeal to? What features do you think are going to make the reader the most interested? Think about some of the things that you've written before. Think about what this relates to. And remember, a good quality, mysterious and exciting story opening, it's got to have a lot of features to make sure the reader's actually interested. Okay, once you've done that, consider what features would need to be included. Okay, so for example, powerful verbs and expanded noun phrases, something that we look at quite a lot. Powerful verbs and expanded noun phrases are really important to make sure the reader's drawn in. What other features can you come up with? Spend a few minutes having a think about it. Okay, if you have got any of these, then fantastic. So, mysterious and interesting vocabulary. So again, that's something that relates to quite a lot of the work that we've done. Personification and similes. So starting to think about how we can include some of those to really draw the reader in. Commas for clarity. Obviously, that's something we've looked at quite a lot this year as well. Varied punctuation, so not just the same punctuation each sentence, thinking about how we can incorporate that into our sentences. Setting description using adjectives, that's going to be a new one, hence why that's in red. Cohesive paragraphs, making sure they make sense. Varied sentence starters, so it's not the same repetitive starters. Viewpoint of the author, also something new that we're going to be looking at. A range of conjunctions, so thinking about not just the same ones every single time, trying to vary those as well. Variety of sentence types, so thinking about our simple, compound and complex, which is something that we haven't really gone into a lot of detail this year. So this is something that we're going to be working on from now. Create an atmosphere, strong character description. So again, that's something that we look at to think about how can we create that atmosphere? How can we do that for a strong character description? What features can we add to really make that shine? Once you've done that, I want you to traffic light either red, yellow and green. So the features that you are the least confident with, you would colour red or just colour code it red. The features that you are okay with, fairly confident, I'd like you to colour that in yellow. and the features that you're really confident with, you think, actually, I'm really good at that at the moment, let's put that as green. Okay, give yourself a few minutes to do that. Take your time. And finally, I want you to think about how, when we come up with a word, what other words can we think about? What other words can we associate from that word? So, for example, if I selected a card and read that card out, I would then have to think of a word that I would associate with it, and any other words that you can associate with that original word, so as many as you possibly can. And you just need to keep going until you've come up with every single one that you can think of. Okay, so write your original word in the middle, and the words around it, the words that you associate with it, will go around the edge. So if you have a look at this example, if you pick the word prince, you need to think of a word that could be associated with that word. So a prince could be heroic. So I would put that just coming off of it there. Also, you've got a list of words down at the bottom. So have a think about which one you'd like to pick. Choose one and think, how many words can I associate with that one? Think carefully though, because they have to relate to that word. Okay? Have a go at trying to complete as many as you possibly can. Well done, guys. So if you've done that, that's fantastic. This will link on very nicely to our following lesson. Just make sure you've done as many of those words as you possibly can. And just make sure as well that it's really clear what your original word was. Well done.